the eye poke sucks, man. That's not right at this stage of the game, man. I don't know that because I don't care. I don't give a shit who you are. It's going to affect you, and he's not in a position that he deserves that type of adversity because he's so fucking tough. This is a definition of a guy that's too tough for his own good. There's, it's a cliche, but that's what it is. Even with the eye poke, he's still going and he survives, and I don't know. So
right. Yeah,
you
could have taken his no contest. Could have taken his gray stripe on the Wikipedia, right?
Right. It's the tough guys. It's the tough guys that always take the most amount of damage. That's the problem.
Without a doubt, that's the problem. Now, I forgot about the eye poke too, which isn't really fair to Tony Ferguson. And even with anything we're analyzing, because I'm a real believer in that, or any eye poke is going to be a huge problem for anybody. I don't give a shit. It's just that eye poke sucks, and this eye was bleeding, I think.
Yeah, but also, why did Tony say that he was okay to fight? He had another few minutes to at least allow. Not saying maybe it would have been the same as far as his vision, but it was almost, again, that toughness took over. He's like, oh no, I want to fight right now.
No,
and Murgliano was telling him, no, you got more time.
Yeah.
So again, was it hurting? Was it affecting him, or wasn't it? And if it was, why did he decide to fight? Why is he making that decision?
Nah, he's a legitimate tough guy. That's the problem.
UFC Nashville goes down this Saturday, and it is headlined by a catchweight bout between top bantamweights Corey Sandhagen and Rob Font, and you can watch it go down live on ESPN+. Do not wait. Click the link in the description and sign up for ESPN+ today.
The first thing I want to say, and this has nothing to do with the fight, how good is Khamzat Chimaev? If he did that to Kevin Holland, and Chiesa, who's a good grappler, couldn't really get much going. He couldn't do it really. Do you know what I mean? I mean, geez Louise. And you probably saw on DC and RC, he highlighted the threat of the Darce choke. And of course, he's a threat because when you've got a wingspan as long as Kevin Holland, that's what you need, long arms for Darce chokes. You don't need it, but it makes it so much easier. I mean, Kevin Holland was on fire. Everything was perfect. Takedown defense was great. The knee, the sprawl, the position to go for the Darce choke. I mean, he was on fire Saturday night, and I'm so happy for him because he's such a great guy. He's such a fun addition to the UFC roster. Never in a boring fight. I think what we're seeing from Kevin Holland is kind of what I said a little bit before about Justin Gaethje, and I didn't mean that as an insult. We're seeing a maturity that you have to make some changes if you're going to actualize your potential. And Kevin Holland has all the potential under the sun. And when he was at 185, he went on that historic run. I think it was 5 wins in 1 year, knocked out Jacare from his back. You would see him always talk it, you know what I mean, having a laugh, and sometimes prioritizing being entertaining from that perspective over being entertaining in terms of the performances. I'm sure he always worked his ass off as well. But now I think we're seeing him dial in a little bit. I mean, he was still chirping a little bit, but he talks about bringing in wrestling coaches and all this type of thing. I mean, I thought he looked fantastic. I thought that was a hell of a performance.
Not in the most impressive way, but he did enough to win those rounds, in my opinion. I know Blachowicz is very upset about that decision, but Blachowicz just didn't do enough. Pereira wasn't necessarily throwing knockout shots either, but I thought his striking was more effective than Blachowicz's, which is why I thought he should have got the win. And you very intelligently during the fight pointed out, hey, listen, Blachowicz took him down, but he didn't do anything. And really that, at the end of the day, is the difference. If he decided to posture up, land some great ground and pound, I think that would have certainly helped his cause. It was a close fight, but I thought it was clear for Pereira. And these are the types of wins also that you need to get in your career. Sometimes combat isn't pretty, man, and you got to do whatever it takes to get the win and battle back. And I thought that's what Pereira did. So a good notch on the belt for him.
Unfortunate news, my fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov is off. I received an elbow that resulted in an open fracture and a few bones that came out fractured, and I had to apologize to everybody that's been, everybody was excited for this fight. I apologize to everybody. My apologize to Shavkat Rakhmonov and his team. I feel bad. I feel very horrible about this unfortunate incident. I'll be back. I'm still going to continue training. I can still do my strength and conditioning training, movement. I can still do a lot of my training with my trainer, Noah Feinberg. I asked to move it up to November. Hopefully they grant me this wish. That'll be November 11th in Madison Square Garden. It's hard to be a Kelvin Gastelum fan sometimes. I know we go through ups and downs together, but I promise we're fighting to get back on the horse and get back on that winning streak and continue it.
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know, man. We back in the room, back wrestling. Coach, who we got next, man? Who should we fight next?
Who wants us? That's the question.
That is true, man.
Someone want to step in
But
with us?
look, I don't think nobody want to step in with us, so we gonna have to hunt. So who should we hunt down?
Do we got someone that has new wrestling coach?
I think it's Hound.
Kev?
Yeah, Kev said he got a wrestling coach.
Got a wrestling coach.
Come on, let's get it. Hey, so Kev, you said you've been working on your wrestling, bro. We want to find out, bro. So whenever you want to set up that date, you sent something in my DMs. I ain't really trying to hear that, bro. So listen, we can make it happen. We can shout out to the world. Hey, we can just show up at each other's gym how you want it. You can pop up to Michigan, or I can pop up at where you at. So let's run the phase.
Run it.
Olha aqui o carro do Giga, olha que irado, ó, o Mustang. Olha que irado. Ei, Giga! Puta que pariu, hein? Oh, nice. What year? 66. Vai ali, 66, hein? Puta que pariu. Original. Puta que irado, velho. Olha só. Let me see inside. Puta que pariu, hein?
Let's go, baby, back on the East Coast. 4-time funk loaded. 4-time. Let's get it.
When I sat back on the stool, I was like, here we go. Every round I'm going to pull away. That's what I thought. Oh, like leading up to this fight in my mind, I thought each round we fought, I was going to pull away. The longer the fight goes, the more I pull away. That's what I thought in my head. And I still think that could have happened, you know, if I wouldn't have got booted in the head. But
Did you think you won that first
I
round?
got hit with the Hogan boot.
Yes, you did. Did you think you won? I thought you won the
Then
first
Herb
round.
dropped the people's elbow on me.
I know.
What?
Stop. Herb dropped the people. How are you able to even talk about it? How are you able to talk about it? Like, Joker, is this the
Christ.
This is the way you have to cope with
Because,
it, right?
dude, like, nah, I mean, well, trust me, I've beat myself up enough about it in the last, 48 hours, but I can't hide nothing. Fighting is life, so I just be myself, man. Yeah, it hurts, and it sucks because I know I'm better than him. And I think he knows that, All respect to Justin, but I think he knows that as well. So it is what it is, but I got kicked in the fucking head,
Shimano. Tell your son.